welcome to your Sunday morning power flow. My name's Jasmine, if you've not yet practiced with me before. So we are working on deep shoulder release and chest opening today. So this doesn't get as much popularity normally as the hip openers. It's not as, I don't know what the word is. It's not as normally desired as the hip opening. You want nice bendy hips, but no one cares really much about the shoulders. But actually, when you think about how we sit when we're working from home, when we're seated, when we're texting, when we're typing, when we're holding a baby, it's all a protraction of a rounding of the upper back. So for us to actually really work hard at opening and pulling the chest back is a real conscious effort for a lot of us, myself included. And then of course you've got all of the energetical and emotional implications of having trauma or heartbreak, which we all experience, and that of course closes off the shoulders as well. So this is a practice that I find really tricky myself. So you might be finding you have a little bit more space in your shoulders, in which case you can really go for it. But at the same time, those of you that haven't necessarily practiced power yoga before, or you're new to your yoga journey, please know when you need to rest, and you can always rest in child's pose. And please know for your own bodies when you need to take the regression, which I'll provide. For instance, knees being on the floor, reducing your range of movement. I will always give those options, but it's up to you if you choose to take them or not. You need to find that sweet spot. Not pushing yourself too hard, but not going too soft. Okay, I think that's enough. Enough of an intro, we can get started. So come to a cross-leg position. And just feel the sit bones in contact with the floor, just to ground us in our practice. We'll take a chin mudra of the hands, resting back to the wrists, slightly on the knees. And then for most of us to have a straight spine, we'll need to actually retract and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Imagine you have a pencil in between the scapula, the shoulder blades, and they have to squeeze together to open the chest and flatten the spine. Close off the eyes. And start to show an intention behind your breathing pattern. So that intent being that we deepen each inhale. And we extend each exhale. In our power yoga practice, we take an ujjayi breath, ocean breath. So the lips remain sealed and we breathe in passively. And then we exhale and we pull the belly halfway towards the spine and up and under with the pelvic floor. These are known as your Uddiyana bandhas and your Mula bandhas, your abdominal lock and your pelvic floor lock. So breathing in, and as you breathe out, that exhale should be audible. So don't be afraid to hear yourself breathing. There should be sound behind the breath. That's why we call it Ujjayi, ocean breath. It sounds like the ocean as we exhale. And just notice how when we begin to breathe with intent like this, we manage to quieten the mind of external thoughts and clutter, and we are able to really focus in on ourselves and on our bodies for our practice this morning. This Ujjayi breath is an energizing breath, so perhaps feeling a little bit more energy in the body now, getting ready to flow. Getting ready to move. As you breathe in, allow your arms to float up to the top and palms meet together. Gaze up at your thumbs. And then as you exhale, draw your hands through to your heart center and bow the forehead to the fingertips. Just taking a moment to set an intention for your practice this morning. It might be that you stay present. It might be that you take the right intensity for you. It might be that you show yourself self-love. And then on the next inhale, reach the arms back up to the sky And then as you exhale, fall over to one side, hand coming down and top arm reaching over. Perhaps the forearms come all the way down to the floor, but only if both sit bones stay grounded. If you've lifted up, you've gone too far. So find that place for me and then start to take big circles in a clockwise motion with that arm. Inhaling to open back, gaze at the hand, and then exhaling to take the hand down. This should feel almost like a massage for the back and shoulder. I think I could do this all day. Let's just take one more, trying to make the biggest circle the last time round with this arm. And exhale to take the hand down. Circle the hand backwards so hand reaches behind the head. Inhale, open that top shoulder, gaze up. And then as you exhale, draw elbow towards elbow. Inhale, reaching up, we open, we lift, we twist. And then as we exhale, we concave down. Let's take one more. Deep breath in, elbow lifts, chin lifts. Exhale, we release, caving that back in. Releasing all the way back to center, breathe in to lift up and out of the hips, gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, fall over to the other side. This time, let's take it anti-clockwise. Exhale to reach the hand down, and then inhale to open through the shoulder. Really reach backwards. And then exhale, taking that hand down. So moving the shoulder through its full range of motion here, just checking in with the body, see how it feels after a week full of work. Or maybe a week full of sitting down. And then that hand travels all the way down, back feeling nice and mobile. We bring the hand to the back of the head. Inhale to lift that elbow high, can you gaze up? And then as you exhale, elbow to meet elbow, we round down. Inhale, lifting up, feel space in the chest, in the heart center. And then exhale, we round down. Let's take one more, deep breath in, open. And then exhale, we round. Feeling nice and supple in the spine now, deep breath in, reach both arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands interlace, hands come behind the head. So squeeze the elbows wide, shoulders squeezing together. And as we inhale, lift your heart upwards, chin lifts. And then as you exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, rock off the sit bones slightly and hinge backwards. So this is your cat-cow motion, we're just taking it in seated. Inhale, open. Exhale, pull your belly button into your spine and sit off your sit bones. Let's take just one more, opening through, heart lifts, front of the body open, and then exhale, we round down, pulling the spine in. Releasing those hands, bring them in front of the legs, rock forward into hands and knees, kneeling, hands underneath the shoulders. Just take a moment to click out the hips. If you heard that clunk, maybe yours did too. And we'll thread the needle just to mobilize through the spine. So inhale, lift your right arm high. We take 3 to prep. Exhale, slide it underneath the left. Inhale, lift and gaze up at that hand again. And then exhale, thread underneath. Third and final time. Inhale, lift, twist, reach, lengthen. Exhale, thread the arm under. Bring the shoulder all the way down to the floor. Leave the hips high. The left hand can stay on the floor, perhaps you want to walk it out long, stretching and lengthening down the side of the back. We're here for just 3 breaths. Keeping the lips sealed, remember nasal breathing, we breathe in, and as we exhale, we just feel that twist happen a little bit easier for us each time. That left hand comes by the shoulder and we uncurl the spine, taking that same thing on the other side. This time left arm lifts and twists, reach up, exhale, thread it underneath the right. Inhale, lift and twist, reaching up to that top hand, exhale, we thread through. Last time, deep breath in, lengthen, reach away from your body. Exhale, reaching under that arm, shoulder comes down. Relax your head down to the floor, don't hold it, don't keep it lifted. And that right hand has the option of staying, has the option of reaching overhead, lengthening along toward the front of the mat. In these twists, it's natural to feel almost like a restriction of breath. So I want you to really try and deepen the inhale, deepen the exhale. Last breath here. And once again, taking that right hand by the shoulder, we uncurl the spine, restacking to neutral. Make sure the palms are spread wide, index and middle finger facing forwards. We tuck the toes under, we push the hips down, lift the hips up, finding downward dog. Take your dog for a walk and pedal one heel and then the other heel into the floor. If this is your first downward dog of the day, really just give yourself the chance to move intuitively for your body. Maybe you want to bend the knees deeply and then straighten off the legs, really to warm up into the hamstrings, into the calves. Now we often feel an emphasis of the heels pushing down towards the floor, but really as a focus for today being the shoulders, I want the main focus to be the chest pushing through the arms. So maybe you wish to bend the knees, lift the heels slightly, and really sink the chest in the direction of the thighs. In your downward dog, we apply all three bandhas, so pelvic floor, abdominal, and chin lock. So take that chin and tuck it in. Gaze at your fingertips now. Begin to walk your feet towards your hands. You can bend the knees here if you need to, and we find our first forward fold. Hands may rest on shins, thighs, floor. Wherever they fall, no, that's perfect. That's fine for you. Give the head a shake. Yes, no, maybe. Were you holding tension there? Probably. Let it go. Let it go. Maybe you'd like to come to ragdoll right about now. Take each elbow and have a gentle rock side to side, maybe bending into one knee at a time, really allowing the body to go heavy over the legs, swaying side to side, maybe slightly forward and back. Allowing those arms to go heavy, chin stays tucked, we begin to roll up slowly through the spine, belly button pulling in. We roll the shoulders down, away from the ears. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze, hands meet. Exhale, heart center. So moving through our sun salutations, we have a slight variation on the arms. So take an inhale, hands come to meet, and then fold the elbows. Prayer comes behind the back of the head. Here we come into a forward fold. You could either do this with bent knees, or you can keep them straight. When the body releases over the legs, you can straighten off the knees, hands come down to the floor, inhale, half lift, heart grows forwards. Maybe hands are on shins here, but the shoulder blades are squeezing back. Release, forward fold. We're going to come all the way up to standing again, inhale, rolling up. Taking this 2 more times just to get used to this pattern. Inhale, up, exhale, heart center. Let's take that variation with the arms again. Inhale, lift. Prayer comes behind the back of the head, we fold, maybe taking it with straight legs this time. Check your back is happy with that. Tuck the chin in. Hands release to the floor. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Last time coming up. Inhale, rolling up all the way to center. Lifting the arms, lifting the gaze. Gaze at thumbs. Heart center. Last flow through. Hands meet. Behind the back of the head, we hinge. Exhale to lower. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. From here, we step one foot, then the other foot back, high plank. Check in your high plank, the shoulders are directly over the wrists. The belly is pulling up and in. The spine is long, and we don't have any bananas. If you need to bring your knees down here, you can. We take a chaturanga, elbows stay tucked, chest and chin meet the floor. Inhale, come to your cobra, maybe taking a baby cobra to begin with. Maybe you later or now stretch to full cobra. Maybe you wish to take up dog and float the thighs. On your next out breath, toes tuck, hips lift, downward facing dog. Let's stay in your downward facing dog for 3 deep breaths, remembering to inhale through the nose and extend the exhale, pushing chest to thighs. And again, deep breath in. Exhale. This is your last breath here. Breathing out. As you inhale, prepare to step both feet to your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we come all the way up through to center, reaching the arms overhead. Exhale, heart center. Let's take that 2 more times. Inhale, reaching the arms up, hands fold behind the back of the head. We hinge at the waist. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, you can step or hop back to high plank. As you exhale, pitch the weight forward, chaturanga with or without knees. Inhale, push forward, cobra or up dog. Exhale, toes tucked, downward facing dog. Here for 3 back breaths. Find your breath, find your body, clear your mind. Know that at any point if you need to come to child's pose, I invite you to do so. Inhale, prepare to step or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we roll all the way up. This is your last sun salutation from standing. Reach, lengthen, heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands come behind the head, we hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, we lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Really grounding into the feet here, spreading the palms wide. We prepare for our first flow. So start to energize through your breath. Know that you can do this. You are strong enough. Take an energizing inhale for me. And then lift that right leg up into the air, squaring off the hip to begin with. As we exhale, we can lift that leg a little bit higher. On your next inhale, step that foot in between the hands. Inhaling to come all the way up to lunge warrior. Exhale, bend the elbows, spread the palms. So checking in your lunge warrior, that the front knee is stacked directly over the heel. We're sinking the pelvis low, lengthening behind the back knee, and the heel is pushing towards the back of the room. Open through the chest. From here, we bring the elbows right on top of left, coming into eagle arms. Either backs of hands or fronts of hands meet. Find your third eye with your thumbs. You can stay here if the shoulders are feeling really tight and just hold on to opposite shoulder. We're here for 3 deep breaths. Inhale. And as you exhale, can you sink a little bit lower into that lunge? Last 2 breathings here. You can do this. Breathing in. And breathing out. We're going to get ready for a balance in a minute, so prepare yourself. Ground into that front foot, and on your next in-breath, we pitch the weight forwards and see if we can lift the left knee. Option to stay here, option to take that left foot to the side of the right leg, or perhaps you can thread it behind, or perhaps you can thread it behind, coming to standing eagle. Sink into that supporting leg by bending the knee. Keeping the spine long. Can you breathe fully here for 3 breaths? Yes, you can. Give yourself a smile. You've made it this far. You have just one more breath. You're so close. Breathing in. Breathing out. On your inhale, release that left leg. Shoot it back to a lunge. How's that right leg feeling? Interlace the hands. We open through. Open the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades. We bring the hands to the floor. We're going to step back to plank. And we're going to flow through. Pitch the weight forwards and lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Let's prepare for the other side. So we're going to lift the left leg up into the air now. Inhale, lifting left. Exhale, can you lift higher? Inhale, stepping that foot in between the hands. Low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, sink into it. How does this second side feel? Juicy. Okay, so really earth, ground into that front leg. You know you're going to balance there in a minute, so make sure the toes are spread. Sinking the hips low. The spine is long. The pelvic floor is squeezing. Bringing the forearms together, this time left over right. Backs of hands can touch. Hands can come to shoulders, or we loop round and find a prayer bind. Thumb at third eye. Sealing the lips off, inhale. Exhale, we sink lower. Energy out that back heel. Pulling your belly in, strong through the core. You have one more breath, inhale. Exhale, energizing inhale. We're going to pitch forwards into that balance. So weight goes into the left leg, we lift the right. Option to stay here. Option to take the leg to the outside of the left knee. Maybe you want to loop it around. Standing eagle is fiddly. Fix your gaze on something, your drishti, your focal point, and we breathe strong, steady for 3. Strong in that supporting leg, sink low into the bend. Don't frown at me. I might not be able to see you, but I know what balancing faces look like. One more inhale and exhale. As you inhale, release that leg and come back. Interlace the hands, open through the chest. We're not there in that balance for that amount of time again, so you don't have to worry. Come forward into your high plank. Let's flow through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Option to hold down dog for 3 breaths. Maybe you wish to come to child's pose and breathe. Your choice, your practice, your body. So we add on to this sequence now, gazing at the hands, tuck the toes, we all meet in downward facing dog. This time we inhale, right leg high, you can open the hip. Exhale, lift the leg higher. Inhale, stepping that foot in between the hands. Inhale, up to lunge warrior. Exhale, sink low. Right arm on top of left. Find your bind. Eagle arms. From here, step straight into eagle. Or just find a one leg balance. We're not here long. Sink low. Lift up. Back into your low lunge. Hands lace. Push your chest forward. Option to stay here for 3 breaths. Option, humble warrior. Taking your body down and over, forehead in the direction of your front ankle. Breathing deeply here for 3. Feeling energized in your body, muscles alive, joints active. Last breath. From here, releasing the hands down. We're going to drop that back knee. Oh, you're welcome. And from here, we're going to come into a version of crescent lunge. So lift up and away from that leg, sink your hips low. Hands come to the back of the head, interlaced. And we draw the shoulders together, opening through the elbows. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, sink the hips low and just take a micro back bend if you have the space to do so. Hands are there to support your head. Your heart is open. Last breath together here, breathing in. And breathing out, release the hands. Bring the hands to the floor. Step back into your high plank. We're going to flow through a vinyasa. Exhale, pitch the weight forwards. We lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. This time, left leg lifts. Up and away on the inhale. On the exhale, we open the hip. Inhale, stepping that foot in between the hands. Breathing out before you breathe into reach up. Exhale, sink lower. Inhale, left on top of right. Find your version of eagle arms. On your next inhale, we step into that front leg and we lift. Find your balance. We're not here long. On your next in-breath, shooting that leg back. Hands come together. Inhale, push your heart forwards. Exhale, hinging at the waist. Are you all still with me? The last few breaths. Push into that back heel. Last breath together here. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. Back knee drops. Oh, that feels nice. Lift. So push the hips down here. Hands interlace behind the head. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Drop the hips down. Open the chin. Open the heart. 3 breaths. Remember to extend that exhale. Release the hands. We have one last flow through on each side. Do you have it in you? Of course you do. Let's find that high plank. We flow through. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Option, stay in down dog. Option, join me in a little rest in child's pose. You have just one more round through. One side on each leg. You can do it. Maybe a little pep talk is necessary now. Let's energize through, tuck the toes, come to down dog. Inhale, lift right leg, open the hip. Exhale, take it higher. Inhale, step it in between the legs. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, sink lower. Right hand on top of left. Come to eagle. On your next in-breath, we step into our balance. Not here long, we shoot that leg back. Hands interlace. Squeeze the shoulder blades.